Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Hey guys, welcome to a class by the most useless substitute teacher on YouTube. This is going to be a foolproof tutorial on the most basic way that you can add text behind an object on DaVinci Resolve, so you too can brag about being a cinematic badass. Let's get started. Now, depending on what version you have, the free or the studio version, there might be a slight difference. You may have to rotoscope if you have the free version compared to using AI for the studio version. I know anybody got time to rotoscope, but no worries, I got you. Like I said, this is a foolproof tutorial, so buckle up. First, open up DaVinci Studio or free version is okay. Import whatever clip warms your heart. We're going to use a clip from an Uber spec ad that I shot in South Africa with some students from film school. More on this in a future video. Subscribe if you want to see how I created and shot this in less than 24 hours. Let's go and click on the clip that you've created, which I'm guessing that you have added to your timeline. Let me go ahead and edit this a little bit so it's not so long. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this clip. Now, depending on what system you're running on, Mac or PC, it might be different. For me, it's Option left click and drag. For you, it might be Alt left click. So just figure out what system you're using and do that. So now we should have two clips on top of each other. Well, actually, we're going to take this a step further. We're going to right click right on V2 right here, right? And just so you see that one more time and you didn't miss that, we're going to right click right over this and we're going to add another video track. Now, what I want to do is I want to drag this up to the third layer. So you see your first video that you imported on V1 and the next video should be on V3. The space V2 should be completely empty, okay? Next thing you want to do is you want to disable the bottom clip in V1. You want to disable that clip and have only the video on V3 enabled. So now you should have two of the same clips, okay? Two of the same exact clips, one on V1 and one on V3 with a space between both of them. What you want to do is open the color page. To the right of your color page, you should see this square right here. This is what we call a node. If you've never used the color page, this might be a little scary to you, but don't worry, this is your friend. Again, what we're doing here is easy. We're taking baby steps, so no worries, we're still on easy street. So first thing you want to do is go ahead and right click on your node. So when you right click on your node, you want to add a node label. I'm going to add mine and call it mask. Now, the reason you want to label your nodes is because the more advanced you get, the more complicated things are going to get. You're going to have hundreds of nodes, maybe not hundreds, but quite a few nodes. And you're not going to remember where everything you did is, okay? Because you want to separate things as much as possible to make things easier so you can turn things off and on at will. You want to have full control of this thing. So first thing you want to do is label your node. Label it whatever you can remember or whatever makes the most sense. Right click on anywhere around this grid right here, and you want to add an alpha output. An alpha output adds this little rectangle with a blue square in it. Next thing you want to do is drag this blue square to your blue circle, okay? Click and hold and drag that to your blue circle. This lets us activate transparency when you finally add a mask. The first thing you want to do is click on this magic mask. This uses AI to rotoscope the image and makes it a lot faster. Now, this is where I might lose a couple of your folks on the free version, okay? But no worries, I haven't forgotten about y'all, so lock in with me. No worries, I'm gonna get y'all squared away, okay? Before, you used to have to draw lines. You know, you see this little eyedropper tool with a plus sign on it. First thing before I even start doing anything, I want to click better because this helps me get cleaner edges, okay? Now, this thing is not perfect, like I said, but it's pretty damn close to it. But now on version 20, all you have to do, honestly, is click. Boom. I was surprised if it doesn't grab everything, okay? Okay, cool. So you see what it's doing is grabbing things by the shades. Woo. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, so now what you want to do is go ahead and track this back and forth, okay? So boom. Let the tracking do its thing. So while that's tracking, I have a random question for y'all. Now, you can click on the next segment if you want to jump to the already tracked clip. But I was listening to the Brilliance Idiot podcast the other day, and someone asked the question, how do blind people know when to stop wiping when they do number 2? Now, I can't unhear this, and I feel like we got to figure this out together. And since I heard it, y'all got to hear it too. So drop your best answers in the comment section. Low key or maybe high key, I kind of feel bad for the folks with the TikTok brains that didn't make it this far in the video. They're probably going to be confused as heck at what this comment's got to do with VFX. But anyways, let me know in the comment section, guys. Moving on. Okay, now for the folks with the free version, okay? No fear, I got you. You might have to thug it out because you're not going to have magic mask, okay? So you might have to do some rotoscoping, but that's cool though. That's cool. As long as you don't pick nothing complicated that has hairs flying around in the wind or fog or smoke, anything like that, rotoscoping should be pretty easy. Okay, so this is where we take care of the folks that are on the free version. On the free version, what you're going to do is come to this page, click on the pen tool. What we have to do is kind of rotoscope things, right? So it might be a little more difficult, but honestly, it's not that bad. I might have to speed through this one just so that we can get through it faster. So bear with me. So be very careful around the tires because that's where you tend to rush things. After cutting the background off, you have to go to the tracking page and track it back and forth. Click on this button and you should be good to go. Click and wait. Now your tracking is all squared away. What you then have to do is add a title. For this, I'm going to use the basic title. Let's not get too complicated with it. And then you can activate the bottom. Now, although it looks like nothing's happening, you have to go to the inspector tab and add something. For this, let's then take the title down, change the font, increase the size. And if you did all you had to do right, you should be having something really cool like that. Now you can style this however you want to. For this tutorial, we're going to keep it mad simple, stupid simple.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
And just like that, I just saved your hairline from all the stress of going to film school. I saved a year of your life and $100,000 of student loans. Go ahead and cash at me $1. Catch you in the next one. Peace.